Stompn versus Spoit. Cinema. I spelled everything wrong.
Addition
Lair, oh my god.
Strangely enough, because we don't see this a whole
Lurk with the pride, thank you, Lurkin.
where both teams dominate in their respective region. G2 and Shopify.
Wow,
both
Dark
undefeated
0-1.
Since CJX came out, both 4-0, and their round differentials are only 1 apart.
Skype's like,
wait, look at the way that
structure.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Skype's like 0 for 3.
Fraggers from G2.
Hey, listen, it was better on MLB, bro. Hey, fuck Rainbow Six Siege.
Chat, just made a quick prediction, chat. My mods are like asleep. I don't blame them.
Hey, what just happened on my screen?
You got 1 minute to vote.
House on G2. I don't care, bro.
Stompn versus Spoit.
Especially inside of Europe, and I feel like G2 here on this map will play in the full avail of it. This actually, I mean, was the map that Stompn, of course, debuted on this time.
True.
Chat, we all going to sleep after this series.
I think so, yes.
I think, yeah. So
Stompn's like
good
AFK?
memories, most likely. For Stompn, as we load into round number 1, it's of course the top
Wow,
4 site.
Stompn versus
From
Spoit.
almost
Holy
every
shit,
team
locked
the world,
in.
this is
Locked
the
in.
primary bomb site. But one of the issues people have with Lair is, and it's kind of weird as defender-sided because there's so many spots on Lair where you just open a
This
wall
is kind of crazy. You see in
or
Stompn
walk into
versus
one room
Spoit,
and
Yeah.
bang,
especially
something.
on Lair.
But it's the fact that there's so many of those default plants are so
They're actually
closed
so
off.
good on this map,
There's
both
so
of them.
much vert that you can't just open the wall and walk in.
I
There's
don't
so
know,
much
bro.
other
This is
clearing
gonna
you
be a
have to
tough
do.
game.
It looks
I see
like
some
Shopify
spoik
right
lasers
now,
in the
they're also
chat.
gonna be going for bottom up. They've got Ambi working in already.
Spoit's on the
and I'm
DMR though.
very
I don't know
excited
about
to
the
see
DMR plays for
how
him.
they play with Aurora.
Oh my
Same.
god.
The
That's
big
all.
thing
That's
about this is
Ambi.
when we mentioned, yes, you can get close proximity to sites
like an
very
Ambi and
directly,
Spoit
but
on
that
DMRs.
surrounding area
Oh,
is full of
Jesus.
the dreaded 90-degree position. How many times have you seen a smoke with a shotgun? Just deny that. And if you could just limit mobility, which is very prevalent for the defense with Aurora, that
Yep,
could
Zach.
be a huge
Yep.
impact for the side of Shopify. Drone economy is looking a little bit weak at this
Zach's
stage.
like, nope.
4 lost, and G2 will take
He
full
knows
advantage
better.
of it.
He doesn't
But
want to give a
tentative few
pickup.
moments for Shopify,
Yep.
not committing too early on.
I think they know that they have a
Just
cappy,
waiting for their
maybe.
opportune moment to get themselves poised up, and this is going to be the first Aurora panel deployed.
Interesting too that they're coming from this side. Normally when you see the Aurora and the Sens and stuff, they're coming from like bathroom or display side to cut off that doorway and make their way in through security, I think it is. But they're opening,
Now they got a
or sorry,
blast
trying to
now, they're not
close
gonna
off
peek smoke.
the door into sight, so that way Rexon can apply pressure and work his way up 90 while Surf holds the cutoff bathroom.
Oh, he can't reward
And
all.
he continues
Yep,
to
Alamo.
try to
Nice.
apply pressure here, but it's Alamo with the opening pick onto Surf. That's
Why
your
can't he
cut player
roar
gone,
that
and
off?
now you can
'Cause it
apply
was a
all the
zombie.
pressure you want here with the smokes, but the defense have a lane to back up.
Alamo, though, reduced to a single point of HP at this stage. The information is good, and Rexon...
1 HP, made him 1 HP though. Made him 1 HP, that's fine.
So we go up to a level playing field, 4 players each way. 60 seconds remain. And just playing on that rappel, trying to act as that cutoff Spoit, just denying any movement and waiting for someone to lure into his trap, but no one has done it yet from G2. And this is where the defense bias is going to be very
Stompn
important.
is still alive.
Patience is going to be so
Spoit's
vital
still
for
alive.
this
Oh, a
G2
zombie has the
roster.
play.
Wait,
Zombie has the play.
45 seconds.
Shopify Rebellion, they're pushing to you. Great
Oh,
smoke
God.
grenade goes out to try and mark this off and give a little bit of exposure. We're going to run
Yep.
straight into the waiting arms of Doki.
Come on, Doki, nice.
He's going to have a keeper by to give himself
Doki!
Doesn't
Doesn't matter.
Make it 3. Ambi shuts him down. Advantage G2.
Come on,
just
Zach.
about 30 seconds left to go.
And does this even give Ambi enough cover to safely go for the plant? It's all up to
Stompn
Spoit to
versus
cover.
Spoit.
He's on the doorway. In comes the ROU. Ambi gets off the plant, but he's down. Spoit gets one in the hallway. Now it's a 1v1.
Oh!
HP.
Loira.
Through the
Loira!
the first round.
A very now
Laura!
indeed, but this is what we talked about inside of G2. The roster stacked from top to bottom with players who are very mechanically gifted. And while Alamo, I'm sure you might
What's he
even
saying?
more microphone very
I
adamant
don't know what he
as
said.
always through his North
What
American
did he
opposition
say?
in this regard. And again, I mean, it's been very loud out here, actually. I've actually loved hearing the players go. Of course,
He
we have
no-scoped
three stages also
them.
close to each other. Actually, as we went into this
Nah,
game,
Loira
I
is a
looked over my
goat,
left
chat.
shoulder. I saw DZ claim victory in their matchup, and a very animated Kangaroo Kenny for that.
Oh, yeah. Saw that earlier. One of the big problems for Shopify, and I love this the idea of taking that Aurora,
Had to.
blocking off
Now,
the
Oxy,
main
Stompn's
site
not gonna
panel
talk shit
in
until the
order
game's
to take
over.
the hallway, then shift your attention through. You know what would have
I don't even think Stompn's gonna talk
really
shit.
helped? A can opener.
He's just gonna be like,
Just
"I'm the
one.
king."
You open that default wall, you deny Doki's position, and even then,
Which he
Ambi
is.
had a great spot after Doki tried to lock it down with the Kiba. It was just way too low HP. One bullet was enough to bring him down, but still, an incredibly hotly contested round. And like you said, with how defense heavy this map is, being able to bring the primary site down to an incredibly close 1v1 could be a really good sign for Shopify.
I couldn't agree more, and the real goal is that they can continue this trend going on and on. They need to not let G2 get themselves a significant buffer. They need to keep this game as close as possible. Not only for the fact that it makes it easier when we go into that side swap when you're on the favorable side, but just puts that little bit of pressure on the EU leaders for it. Diving on board with Spoit, Dokkaebi, the operator of choice from this one. Logic Bomb
This is not
in the later
Spoit.
stages. Just trying to opt to try and find some early control.
That is
Ying also coming out the first.
Not the base
That's
cam.
the third of probably many cheese ops that we can expect from Shopify Rebellion. There's no Warden being played yet. The wall has been opened by Canadian now, bringing those can openers, and he is also,
I guess,
on Ying's shotgun,
only
becoming more
only
and
his
more
face cam
popular
works.
as time lets on, especially, and you highlighted Lair, so many 90-degree angles. The shotguns are so good. I mean, how many times have we seen, speaking of DZ, Spirits walk up the main stairs with the Ying shotgun and obliterate the smoke who's trying to play there? Obviously,
yeah,
a top-down take is in the cards for Shopify Rebellion. Dokkaebi is going to help expedite this roam clear. Surf is already getting that main wall open, and G2 looks like they're beginning to fall back a little bit.
Starting the early stages of this multi-layered defense, both can openers have been burnt at this stage. 4 drones lost from the side of Shopify. It's just slowly bleeding away utility. 1 impact burn from G2, but that was likely in the early stage of this prep. The call is perfect. Ambi finds 1. Wave goodbye to Doki. That's your 2 Barao gone. Rexon's going to combine the issue. Blaz going to be next to fall from this side of Shopify Rebellion. And or from the side of G2, I should say. And this is going to put a lot of pressure on the remaining survivors of G2. Rotations will be limited, and they're running out of space to work with.
Slowly getting boxed in. Stompn can duo here in storage with Alamau. Smoke able to get away, it seems. Actually, still upstairs.
Why would Doki swing the window?
Test up here. Take something back. G2 know that if they all fall back downstairs and just sit in their anchor positions, I mean, Shopify showed against Weibo what happens when you let this team set up. So I think it's a wise move from G2 to keep contesting here, but with the lack of info, Ambi is sitting on yet another cutoff. Good for 2. Now it's Alamau and Loira stuck on 2 different floors. There's no way for Alamau to rotate back. Loira almost dies to Vert. They've got active info on him. Here comes one coming in from the horizontal. Rexon takes him out. Sure, Ambi dies, but it matters not. As
Why would Doki swing the window? We have so much utility to use.
And I think a perfect example of the stylistic difference.
We have so much.
G2 in that mid round.
I'm about to hold. I didn't take a walk.
Stompn caught out by the angle held by, I believe, Ambi, or was it Surf? Was holding this. It was Ambi, yeah. Just denied it, and that's the kill right there on your screen. That second pick unravels from G2, removing that flexibility to work with, and well, a little bit of pressure applied as G2 do lose one of their defense rounds. Still lots to go in early days in this best of 1, but Shopify showing they can hang.
A good sign, too, though, for G2 is that it's the middle floor site. Not the biggest deal in the world. They still have labs, and you've still got the top floor, again, to potentially lock out the 4-2, which we typically want to see. But Shopify Rebellion, cold and calculated on that upstairs, forcing those players into the sight lines. I'm surprised Ambi was able to sneak in as far as he could on Sledge. Not an operator you typically know for sneaking into a forward flank position. But as I said, Basement is now the card for G2, and they have the Valkyrie first time being played. They've got a lot of stall with the Castle, the Mutant with Lucy, and Tachanka also showing his face. I don't think we've seen him today so far. I think this is our first one, at least on C stream.
Certainly on this stream. I haven't seen him pop up on our A and B feeds just yet. Now, it is a massive amount of potential denial that Shamika brings out. And I'm going to put a very keyword, potential. This small inconsistencies of the bounce trajectory and the radius of that fire means sometimes it can be very difficult to get max value out of this operator. Alamau and Ambi very close to each other. The drone of Ambi goes out, doesn't detect the Valkyrie just yet. Alamau will have the audio and just trying to keep himself concealed for a little bit longer. Opens up that main barricade, and this is going to be a problem now. Alamau uncertain of what he can do. A little bit of phantom pressure, so he decides to not commit to this and have Blaz watching that to help cover that retreat.
And we know how much G2 like their lurks at Shopify Rebellion. If their information is not on point, then we're going to see a lot of
We need to bait a little more. We need to bait a little bit more.
Shopify looking like they're going to go for another full map clear. People setting up upstairs. They're going to walk right into G2's roam. Early phantom pressure being established on the site too, just from some early util clear, maybe try and feign a push. You see a lot of attacking teams, if they want to do a full map clear on a really big map, they'll feign a site hit, and it'll force some of the roamers back. Sometimes it doesn't cost you anything. Might as well be a gamble. I guess it's not really even gamble. Might as well be a chance you take. Shopify Rebellion are actually getting some really early site info, too. I'm wondering if they're looking to just hit.
I feel like the way they're posturing in this position, that is the intention.
Yeah, here we go.
That's going to be the first Candela, and that's going to
Chat,
be
y'all see how weird
Canadian
Canadian plays?
He's going to deploy a second to buy him a little bit more space. He tries to charge in towards B. Rexen finds the opening on the Blaz. The Super Story in the hands of Stompn needs to win his one. And
Nice
he does
Zach.
so
Zach.
at B.
Nice Zach.
Nice Zach.
Finding two now, and G2 swing back into control. The control, though, from Canadian with that pistol in hand, finding one the Doki. Spoit find Loira.
Zach's getting sold. Zach is getting
with 60
sold.
seconds, a logic bomb raining off. Stompn wounded down below in sight, and Alamau somewhat disconnected from the rest of his team.
What can Alamau do here? Because I think the hatch is also closed, and they know exactly where Stompn is, but he still picks off Canadian like a trapped animal. He becomes incredibly fierce, and Alamau rotates outside to duel with him, taking the fight and winning it.
Zach just won the round, bro.
Both players in a corner. And Shopify Rebellion still unable to win the fights. And
Who are you challenging?
For the kid in the lead back in G2's corner.
Bro.
He was stuck in a corner.
You do not see often from rookies, as you mentioned, pinned in a corner like a trap.
He was stuck in a corner and killed 4 people.
To finish off that round, Stompn take a bow. Alamau with a brave rotation outside as well, with a huge assist.
Crazy rotate.
But either that's a massive call of information, someone deciding, realizing that everyone's committed towards site at that stage, realize, go for it, and the bravery to do that. Well done, G2. They find themselves
Best player in the world.
here in the defense.
Yeah, I mean,
Best player
I
in
think
the
they also
world.
had case control, I want to say, which is why they doubled up there. But still, 2 players trapped in a corner. You know exactly where Stompn is. He's 1 HP, and he's just holding these pixels. And I mean, that's what he did in T3. That's what he did in T2. And that's what he continues to do in EML.
And there it is.
Player on, not a great gun either. And Alamo,
Yeah,
too,
that rotate from Alamo was
rotating to help his
crazy.
team, but then taking the opportunity to swing out aggressively, because he's not 1 HP, he can take that aggressive angle. Really well done from G2. That's the 2 primary sites now over and done with as we rotate back to Master. G2 with a very
JT was a 2, I think JT.
Operator lineup. The
kick with the Bradley kick.
Difference being Loira no longer on Ella. Little bit of a gun op, like you just want the Scorpion or the Shotgun in that case, and they're doubling up, or rather tripling up Tachanka Goyo's smoke because they saw Shopify Rebellion. Again, 2 players shot in a corner. They still took so long.
I believe actually we had our ban phase there as we had a very intent look at our players.
Oh yeah, they did
be
ban Ella.
Yeah, Ella. Now that is a very unorthodox one. I have a feeling this, again, it's all going to play in just a map direction of this with the amount of 90-degree angles and the amount of deep positions. Those Grismot mines can make
He's
a
doing
very
that to this
favorable
team. He's going to do it to every team.
Ella, especially in that defensive deep corner positions. And the Ying makes perfect sense. G2 have realized that this is probably going to be a very important part of the strategy from Shopify Rebellion. So taking away that Ying early is going to be a big benefit for
that
them.
round
So
was
they can
fucking
continue this,
huge.
What has been a very strong performance here in the defense.
Yeah, the bans sometimes, like, I didn't realize that's why we were on the player camp.
They could probably 5-1 this team now, I'm not going to lie, with that
We're
momentum.
these guys for a while.
For sure.
I completely forgot the bans or anything. But I think
that shit's like a mental choker. They're like,
losing the
oh
Ying,
shit.
now Shopify Rebellion are like, all right, it's Blackbeard time.
Why do I
Canadian
only see
on
Rexen's
him.
face
Spoit's
cam?
still rocking the Sens, so you can't blind the defense, but you still have that kind of wedge to cut through the
You
site
see how
and create space
like,
for you.
his face
but
is in
again,
his screen. The
problem
camera
is,
can't even see his
doesn't matter how
face.
good your wedge is, if there's
so
fire
lost.
and toxic gas
Oh,
right
shit,
in front of you.
run.
They're once again trying to force out Alamau from this main stairs position. They don't have the Glaz this time. Shopify Rebellion are going to have to figure out some other way to get rid of both Alamau and now Stompn duoing with him. They're very
Hey,
aware.
Stompn's like activated. I could
This
tell.
is where having
He's
an
activated.
idea of the veterans
Yeah,
of
he is.
Canadians can be very important. This is where your problem solving needs to be absolutely spot on. I believe the first Sens wall deployed out by Spoit has been giving a little bit of that visual cover, meaning it's not going to be as easy as GD to spot the rotations and movements, and maybe getting a little bit of eyes on exactly position Shopify want them to be looking, so they can try and find pressure
Oh
elsewhere.
God.
Tachanka fire also you can hear coming out from Doki. Kiva barriers getting set up by Loira too, so you can play a little bit more forward on these breaches as Rexen Now on the ace, something that Shopify Rebellion had lacked on their initial play of this site. They didn't have anyone to
Wait, they're
open
playing
up
like
those
a
bunker
okay.
walls, and I'm sure they're very thankful for that. It makes your avenue into the bomb site a lot easier, and one of the things you can do is once you burn away all that utility, as long as there's no C4, and you have op control, you can just sneak your way in, and Rexon tries to do that from the outside.
And he's gonna fling.
Holy shit, they're gonna get flooded,
and they
bro.
destroy
And he's gonna fling.
Shopify Rebellion as they try to execute onto the bomb site. 3 unanswered
Yep,
kills.
get away, Zach.
Finally, Surf is there to get one, and he's chasing down this player.
Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. 30 seconds.
Perfect trades. There's a 1v2. Surf pulled so much magic out of his hat in the earlier game. Can he do it again against G2 with Loira behind Akiba? Utility still in pocket, going for the fake Flores to try and bait the Sazami out. Here's the swing, but Loira wins it.
Doesn't matter.
I like the bravery.
They're about a 5-1, bro.
Discovered the prop. Discovered the prop.
Against the Akiba barricade, you have to play
He's
that
activated.
50-50 chance. It shows right, but Loira quicker on the draw this time around, and it will be a third defensive round now for G2 here on Layer.
I don't know, Sky.
Obviously, this map is going to be defense favored, but is
They're
a stage where we're
floating.
starting to have the alarm bells raised for Shopify Rebellion. They would like to get themselves 2 rounds. They'd like to get themselves a little bit more. So I've got a feeling that this might be soon time for that tactical timeout.
I don't think they go for it unless they lose bunks here. Because they did win bunks pretty dominantly.
They are.
Oh, they are taking it. Interesting. Actually, do we know who called it?
I would imagine Super would have called. I think it was Shopify Rebellion would have called it at this stage.
Okay.
Super looks a lot more animated and problem solving at this stage, and this is one of the things I love about being up here. We got a complete peripheral of every single team and player at this point. And G2 look calm and composed as we always imagine. A little bit of concern slipping on the faces of the side of Shopify, but nothing
This is what he does, chat.
Nothing that man hasn't faced before.
This
as well.
is what he does,
so
bro.
let's hope this team can lock back in and get some rounds here in the offense.
Yeah, again though, they won bunks.
Nah, because it is funny though, because like
I don't know.
I know what Jynxzi means when he says like everybody used to be like
G2 the time
a console player can never be good at
and figure out how to change it
PC.
to perfectly stop your upstairs clear that was so good with Ambi sneaking in. I mean, I imagine G2 we're about to see more trap operators because last round we just had the Legion and the Ella. Now we have the Malusi in play, so rather than the Ella, you get 4 Banshees rather than the 3. It's going to be, if they ice them right, it's going to be harder for Ambi to sneak into those positions.
Let's go, Prime. Appreciate you,
Shopify
boys.
Rebellion right now, they're showing Lion Blitz Capitao. That makes me think either they're going fast sight or they're running in upstairs
FaZe has to play a
somewhere.
BO3, bro,
Like
today.
maybe 4 of them with 1 cut and just trying to clear the roam in 30 seconds.
I think your latter
Against
option
Falcons,
there
right?
might be more the style of this. I have a feeling that Ambi's job's going to playing on that cut with that gridlock, able to limit mobility with those track stingers, and with the aggression of the blitz on the hands of Canadian, you can get that top control and begin forcing G2 out of these upstairs positions, out of these power positions. So I think you're spot on with that call. And they'll get themselves a little bit of progress checking for the mute jammer. Nothing on it, so I think they're going to get that one for free.
Surf right now, still on the roof droning. I think he's along with Rexon right now.
You and
Canadian
Mingo
on the
look
blitz, the
gone.
man with the
I think
case,
we're pretty
so once
fucking
push
gone.
comes to shove, he's not going to be taking aggressive
We're absolute.
space in sight. He's going to try and get somewhere safe with the coverage of that shield. Right now, droning out the same floor. The way they're setting up, I think it might be maybe a cut upstairs to stop the usefulness of the vert, but otherwise, just going straight into sight. Loira opening up this barricade, trying to apply pressure to Spoit, who's just on the other side of it. Shopify continue to sit on it. There's 3 people on drones right now, just waiting for some kind of call.
Oh, they're going to go for like a plant.
Need to show a little bit of
they're going to go for a plant and a smoke because they have no warden.
Shopify are wanting G2 to
How do I
walk
tell
into
you,
these cutoffs, wanting them to make
He's going to try to turtle plant with shield and a smoke.
And just wait. Every second that drains away is going to make things so much harder for Shopify to try and solve this. So I think the wise
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Not take full aggression.
Bro, we have this shit on lock.
Opened up nicely. We're going to make some good progress with G2. Just showing the patience game with vertical control still being held.
This shit on
It's going to be very difficult to try and get a
They ain't
plant
gonna be able
out.
to do anything.
Problem is, if someone tries to flank up through that hallway, Surf might be a dead man as Canadian. Now getting frozen out by those Zotos, but it's not going to stop him from planting. Now halfway through, is anything going to stop him? Surf takes out the player that was attempting to flank through. and the plant goes down. Now it's a post. Surf ends up sacrificing his life for that plant.
Alright.
Still,
Hey,
4
stop.
on 4.
So we're clip farming.
Shopify Rebellion, all they need to do is hold these outside positions, hold these cuts, and once G2 are forced to rotate down, Shopify Rebellion can take upstairs and
You
use
wanna
the
see a
vert
real
to their
retake?
own advantage.
Hold on.
You wanna see a real retake?
Gets a big kill on Stompn.
Damn, never
mind.
They were double.
There's still players on the cut outside the breach.
Yo.
Alamau fishing
Wait.
for
Oh
picks
my
through the
God.
vert, but there's
Oh my
nothing
God.
to find.
Long.
But this
What
could be
is
a
that?
safe defuse spot.
Long it.
Blaz tucked in the corner. Now Shopify Rebellion
Who
has
is
to
on
get
the vert?
aggressive, but Rexon finds the hole,
What?
slips in through the vert. Alamau pads his stats, but Shopify
What is
Rebellion
that
find
plant
the
spot?
hole.
That
It is a hold on. You can't shoot him from above. That plant spot is literally unkillable unless you directly C4 him or smoke him.
and get that
Yeah, that's Pro League, bro. Welcome.
Welcome to Pro
team,
League.
the commitment to the plan.
Welcome to Pro League,
Everybody
bro.
played their part
We're hiding in
perfectly,
cubbies and
the
planning.
crossfires, those cutoffs held upstairs.
Yeah, you
G2
guys can't take a
had
fucking
no
gunfight.
easy way to get this job done. Best effort.
All right, listen. 4-2 GG's. We win the game. 3-3. A little scary because they're really good at attack. We already know that.
Only gonna add a little bit extra to his cost.
Yeah, you know, the way we were kind of theory crafting, are Shopify going to go for a fast push upstairs? Are they going to go fast side? It was
Fit
like
with the problems, good
right
fit.
in between. They set
got
up
the problem, original team.
everything upstairs first, and then they're like, wait, okay. And Canadian gets the plant down perfectly. Now we go on labs. So Shopify Rebellion,
Stompn
they
on
take the
Clash?
timeout, and they use the timeout just to guarantee that it was bunks. They won it dominating last time, but they
Hey,
want to
Blaz,
100%
let me know.
make sure
Let me know
they
if you
get
need a
their,
sub.
their quota. Their
Nah, he's
requisite
on- he's on support. He'll be
2 rounds on
good.
the attack. It's done. Now
Well, now he's
Labs,
on go yet, but
if they lose
Nope.
this, I feel like as long as it's not
They got
dominant, you
Lawyer on
give
support.
the,
They're switching roles. It's not
the
looking
momentum
good.
back to
We
G2.
know what Lord
As long as it's
does.
not dominant, you don't really care if you
Yeah,
lose this.
22
If you
guy
win
with
here,
the fuck.
it's just a bonus going into your defense.
And the big thing is the previous time that they were attacking this, it came down
He's
to
got
a
a lock
massive
in right
clutch
here,
play
bro.
from
This
Stompn
is
and
round.
Alamau. So the timeout was
Stompn
called
was
to
like, bro,
guarantee
listen,
that
I
middle
got
floor
Clash.
site,
You
and
hop on a
now
gun,
you
get a
have
goddamn
good
kill.
chance
That's
at
what he said.
repeating what you've already been doing and what's working.
W
The
mans.
biggest difference now, though, is of course they do not have access
Rena with
to
the kid,
that
thank you,
young
Rena.
Canadian used that exceptionally well to get a significant amount of space and essentially be knocking on the door of sight within the first 45 seconds. They're going to go a different approach this time, but Stompn bring a different look, opting to bring the Clash this time around.
Yeah, and again, something that we highlight all the time back in NA is that Stompn, back when he was on console and when he started playing PC, he was like the dictionary definition of no-brain Ashman. He was running in, he was killing everybody because he was plain and simple just better than everyone else because the skill gap on console is so huge, but he switches to PC and he matured, again, in under a year, so quickly. He started as the Ashy on a Zoe, just running and kill everyone, to playing Lion, Nomad, Clash, as we can see, and it's again, like, I don't mean to ride, but it's so impressive.
Good save from that one.
Yeah, I'm sure console's
Yeah,
just
listen,
Ash,
you
no
could
brain
have
run
followed
in.
that one. I've avoided the
I'm
Blaz
sure.
too
We
much
run this
today.
PC shit. Like, I don't know what the fuck
We
you're
will hop
talking
on board.
about.
Blaz just patching up a little bit
Mind
of
you, this
rotation on
commentator is a
G2.
0x
Opting to play
face
a
it
little bit more
winner.
compact to Alamau, drops
Yep.
down to the level.
Absolute 0x.
Shopify haven't shown their hand just yet.
Except for
Individual
Pengu.
performances, no one's standing
Pengu's
out
a
either
go.
teams. Blaz having a
Wait.
slow start here on layer for playing very important roles in the utility.
4-2, come on, Sky, 4-2.
I don't
Chipping
know,
away
bro.
the
I don't
American
know.
will be
I don't know.
Canadian.
This attack they're doing right now, Ryan, is really good, bro.
Threat of Alamau. Second keeper sent out to make it a little bit more
But if we
awkward and choke
manage
away
to
more
stay
time.
alive,
60
we're good.
seconds left. No picks. Shopify struggling for control.
Only thing I'm worried about
They
is
gotta
hang on
kill
this
him,
Goyo.
Blaz.
They know Blaz
Oh,
is trapped in the
shit.
corner. Here comes
GG's,
Rexon.
he's dead.
Here comes.
Unless he
No,
wins
he's
the
not.
one.
Blaz not moving.
He wins his ones.
Rexon, though, might make a lot of noise as this sledge. He doesn't catch the runaway.
Oh, no.
Goyo
GG's, bro.
persists.
That's a good
Now he's
Andy
the
bag.
second
That's
player,
good
but
help.
Moira
That's good
is
help.
That was
there to
perfect
help,
timing. Let's
and
go.
Rexon ends up
good
getting
help,
shot in
Tonya.
the side, I believe, and Blaz can
Yep,
continue
now they're
to
mental
hold these
chopped.
holes. Now, Shopify Rebellion are in a much worse
Stompn
position
start shocking them.
going
Oh,
to the
God,
execute
this-
than
this
they were on the
motherfucker's
previous
always
attempt, but
planning.
Canadian is attempting this plan. He's halfway through. Is anything going to stop him? No. Plant
Doesn't
is
matter,
down, but it
doesn't matter.
comes at quite the
Yeah,
cost.
they have vert,
Let
though.
the hey, let
2v4
Stompn go first for
Shopify
Clash.
Rebellion as
If Abby
Ambi
wins this
tries
one,
to
we
get
lost.
upstairs. He gets a pick. Loira down and nobody's upstairs with him. He can continue to hold this vert. Canadian
Oh my
almost wins,
God.
but gets the kill in the end and trades with Blaz.
And he
What a shot from the
traded.
IGL.
Wait,
Ambi now has above.
Stompn.
Stompn, the shield can only face one way. Ambi's got the angle.
Wait,
In comes the counter
I've seen him
defuse.
win these before.
Trying to bait it. Amy's got the pings, and Stompn knows he just has to stick. A beautiful final round for Shopify.
Shopify played that perfect.
How did he trade?
In the perfect position.
Trade X!
What we have. The Grimbies go out and Canadian dives in with cover on his back.
Hey.
They make that plant go down.
7-3 Stompn.
Performance finding 2 in that post plan, trading with
7-3 Stompn.
Leaving it all down to a 1v1.
Hey, watch these attacks.
Stompn couldn't find success in this 1v1, meaning that we go
Watch
level
these
at
attacks.
the
They're
half.
going to be perfect.
Huge for Shopify.
I
Again,
don't
we
know,
talk
bro.
about how defensive sided this map is. However,
I really don't know.
we're gonna have to
bro.
see how the
Yeah,
first couple
Ski, it
rounds
was
go.
a 4v2, but when the bomb's down and Ambi won his one up top, it was a 3v2. And as soon as the bomb's down, one has to defuse, the other have to kill Canadian. They don't even know where Canadian's at. And then,
Like, I think,
Balls
yo,
open.
that is
They're
zombie
not-
sold, bro.
they're
Like,
not having
he has
it.
a
They want the
clash,
free
you feel
walls
me?
in the-
yeah,
Like, why is he, like, running straight into no land?
that's
I
what I'm
don't know
saying.
what the fuck he's doing,
I was
bro.
saying, that's exactly what I said. Get Stompn shield and make Stompn go first, and you find Canadian.
The Deimos enables that so hard. There's
Just full
so
spray.
much
Who
vert
was
play
that,
on
you
layer.
know?
Deimos
Who
is
the
so
hell
good.
was that, bro?
And then Monty,
I don't remember.
just really
It was
annoying.
a zombie.
I mean, to double down on the Deimos thing, you got 2 of the
It's
best
gotta be
Deimos
Loira.
players on
It
the
was
same
Alamo?
roster. Doki Alamo, very common
yeah.
pick
Show
for
my
them.
shit.
So this is a very, I think, sensible and a smart decision.
good-ass
from Shopify
game,
to
though,
take
chat.
these operators away.
I ain't
They're
gonna
gonna
lie,
look at this
it's really good.
this set of bans from GT, realizing, okay,
Canadian's
we're
a good-ass
not gonna
IGL. He
play
got
around
2
the
plants
wall,
back
so
to back.
What can we do to make that work well? Immediately, I'm going to draw my attention straight to that collection of the Clash and Spot.
Canadian's
on
like
the Azami,
Masamitsu,
Exploit on the
just
Azami,
plays
so
weird
that's
operators
going
and
to be
plants the
very
bomb.
effective, just making as much cover as possible because you're going to run out of options and place to hide with every single wall open.
Smokey poo
And
with the gifted. Thank you,
not
Smokey.
only are they going to have the bolstered defense of the Clash and the Azami just positionally, but in addition, you're forcing the attack to clear the shield, clear the Kivas, and then when they walk in, they've got Fenrir to deal with. It's going to be so
Realm with Prime.
hard to get anywhere for G2 unless the Ying and the Glaz are played to perfection. And we know, again, what Shopify just did, how powerful the Glaz can be. And with aim like Loira and with Doki, probably going to be hitting backside with that Nook. G2
They
might
got
have a recipe
Stompn
for
on
success
Thermite.
here.
They have a lot of options available to them. Interesting to know when we see what option Alamo has went for his primary. It will be the shotgun. So again, playing into the very compact nature of this map. Blaz down below. Inside of Infirmary, he's just going to try his best to wait on communication from his team to use that skill key down below, just restricting movements. But as we see, there's no orange silhouettes from Shopify Rebellion anywhere close to that position. So a little bit of perhaps mispositioning is on our poor read into what Shopify are doing in this round. They'll drop in and they'll try and get this courtyard
Yep,
wall
Zach,
open.
get her
There's
open,
a
yep.
little bit of early control externally.
Spoit also closing off one of those rotations to help again bolster
They're kind
the
of like
defense,
stalling.
force G2 to make a choice. You know, if you're only bringing the Thermite, yes, the walls are free, but we're going to make so many walls closed that you're going to have to pick and choose where you want to open. You're not going to have all these options available to you as now the smokes go in. Here comes Stompn with
God.
the plant. It's
Take a
going
rush.
down. Spoit trying to keep it off.
They have no
Stompn
idea.
taking a lot of damage. 2 players dead from G2. It's the Lurker and the Glaz. The planter dies, but he gets it off. But the man advantage might be too much for G2 to bear. In comes Spoit, wins the close fight against the Glaz, and now Blaz is the last player standing. He could potentially use Vert, but again, there's just so many players to worry about. It might be over. He lands a beautiful shot to get on the board, but Spoit still had Kivas in the pocket.
What?
And from there, the round is just over.
I love the bravery to get
What
that
the fuck was that rush?
inception of that round.
Stompn got the bomb down and 3 people died. The only person that should have died there was Stompn.
Rebellion, and as you said, you can't win a post plan without the manpower. I do love, again, the commitment to that.
Stompn died planting the bomb, literally in the smoke.
We've got a saying for that. He
But it
back
doesn't
for
really
the
matter
badge.
when 3 other people died as the bomb went down.
What was that? Unfortunately, they couldn't
Or
get that
2.
post plan to stick.
Again, like you said, too many bodies lost to get that, in order to get that plant down. The cost was too great, and now Shopify Rebellion hold their first lead of the map. I think it's safe to say momentum squarely in their corner too, coming off of 2 really good close wins on the attack, and then moving into a pretty dominant defense. And similarly, they're also going to
Sam with the Brown,
rock
thank you,
Bunks second, which I feel like is really
You know what
odd,
it is,
because
bro?
typically
They just be getting
in
drunk too
domestic
much,
play,
bro.
at least in
That's
NA,
gotta
you
happen.
They gotta
see
stop with that.
I
it
ain't never seen that rush
Master
before.
Labs Bunks.
Nope,
I wonder
they've been
what
drinking
the
too much,
thought
bro.
process
This
is
is what
for-
happens when you
for
get
I
to
ain't
play
never
some-
seen that rush
Throwing off
plant.
the rhythm of a
You
North
start
American
drinking, bro. You
style
start
over
doing
the
dumb
team. I
shit
think
like this, bro.
This could be what we're witnessing.
I'm done, bro.
I often love the
Bro, I
mention
see the
with
Alamo
body
with like
language
a
of teams
fucking
especially who
2
were
foot
above all these teams,
bottle
we see
of
them,
like
and
alcohol,
a little
bro.
bit of tension setting
Bro,
in
these
the
guys are
G2
just
as it
like-
feels. I think they're beginning to realize, as you said, this is the very first time
SR
in
is
this
so
matchup
good,
the
like,
lead is
this-
with their rival. Shopify Rebellion for the first time lead here on layer. Momentum is turning, and G2 will find that pressure growing on the back. Of course, this is the
might
upper
be a
bracket. You don't
7-7.
want to be facing your elimination games. Well, G2 do have a
You
habit
doing
of
a
making deep
walk
runs
away
in that lower
method,
bracket.
Ryan? Walk away method?
Go ahead.
Try it.
G2 opening up that wall already. Again, the benefit of not having to deal with a Cade or a Bandit means those are really quick. Interesting, too, that G2, instead of rocking any of the other shields that are up, namely, Blackbeard or Blitz, they rock Doki on the Fuse instead, and he's got the crappy.
Andy
pistol
overpeaks
too,
like a
PSA.
motherfucker, watch.
I hate that thing. He's trying to
Yep.
just work his way down the
Told you,
hallway on
Andy-
the rappel as the Sens, and
I told you, Andy
just
overswings
wins
everything,
that
I told
fight.
you.
He gets traded, but he's Castle. His job is done. He's got the cut, but Doki is there to repair the round for
Spoit,
G2.
are you
2
lost?
massive kills with the Fuse shield, and now the sight potentially soon.
That pistol will be requesting
Good shots,
an
Doki.
apology from
My
you,
bad.
Pro.
My bad.
Couldn't do that with a PMM, wouldn't have the mic capacity for it. And the big thing is advantage with G2. Great job from Doki diving down and finding 2. And now they have a shield to work with less guns on the side of Shopify Rebellion. Canadian still has all utility in back pocket to work with at this point, and that could be a massive benefit, but a single gunfight in favor of G2, and this round could spiral out of control. They still have vertical control, toying with this idea in a very close encounter. I see Blaz getting ready for one as well. And G2 resetting back, or Shopify resetting to a very default and passive state.
All 3 of them are upstairs, so they better hope the vert is enough to stop this eventual plant attempt, but
Is this
G2,
guy...
a man on the left side, Rexon hears him, evades the shots for now, goes back to holding the vert, doesn't want to get too distracted, doing with Canadian, who's now going to start sending his toxic babes down into the bomb site. 45 seconds left, though. It's plenty of time for G2 to try to stall this out. And again, the most important thing is that Shopify Rebellion, if they fully turn their attention towards the vert, that is when the Grim is going to strike, but Blaz takes a ton of damage. Rexon obviously aware
That's good
of it.
distraction.
As he takes the fight, the plant is going down. Smoke Babe comes out. Is it too late? No, Canadian through the smoke denies the plant. 3-on-3, 20 seconds. In goes Stompn to the other side, but there's so many holes,
Blaz?
he doesn't know where to go. Blaz upstairs picks up one. Alamo hunting upstairs another. And it's all over thanks to the lurk upstairs by G2.
You Brazilian, good-looking fucker.
Him most, and that's what G2
Come on.
so
Come on.
needed. A round to calm the nerves and
Keep
get
talking
back
shit.
to
Hey,
level
keep
playing
talking
field.
shit.
Great
Boys with Tiawan,
patience
but with the prime.
both these teams, but ultimately
Let's
G2
go.
just had that massive X
Look,
factor.
yo.
And his name was Alamo.
I'm telling you, Ambi has the play style of a squirrel. He swings everything. When I played him in Roller Saturday, I dropped 18 on his head because I'm a baiter. Just bait him. It's a free kill.
For G2, they have to scramble back.
He swings
deny the plant.
everything.
Stompn picks it back up because there's smoke coverage. And Alamo, I didn't even know where he was that whole round until he got that kill in
Neither did Shopify.
security.
Neither did Shopify.
Clearly, he was just like, I don't know if he was just making sure there was no he was flank watching Ash. You know how people do that with Ash's 3-stage?
Nah, Canadian is smart, though. Canadian is smart as fuck.
I don't know if he was just clearing another side of the map or if that was the play from the beginning and he was just lurking on.
Oh shit, Spoits on the
display
Bashi.
for a minute and a half. But either way,
Oh shit.
hero for that round. And now we have basically the same result as we had to start the game. Successful master, failed bunks. We go down to basement now, and G2, now they're rocking that blitz.
This is going to be a very, very interesting round, in my opinion, from this. With this lineup, they don't have a significant amount of vertical destruction of play. Actually, none.
Bashi
really.
shouldn't be
You've got
allowed,
three
not gonna
breaching
lie.
charges
Look at him, look at
on
the
the
gun.
side. So the
Look at
question's
Spoit.
going to be is they have to do this relatively direct. Where will they find the weak link in Shopify?
Oh shit, Stompn
Spoit
entering.
has been given permission to don the vigil, and now as we have Stompn on the nook,
Yeah.
two operators, and I imagine
Oh,
will likely
shit.
find themselves in close proximity.
I'm back.
sooner.
Nope, blitz, no blitz, no!
Toying with his extended roam pressure. Will use that smoker to give him a little bit of concealment and likely expecting the dive through that rotation, but he plays it patient. And that was almost going to be a masterful
What
read.
are you
He gets
doing?
himself caught out. The trade from Doki's there. Ambi finds with an nitro cell. And in the blink of an eye, we find ourselves in a 3 versus 3.
Ran away.
Alamo,
All right,
great
3v3,
game
they're
to
inside.
realize that smoke, that's the
Oh
bait.
God, they have a
He
C4.
held on just long
But they have no
enough to get it
C4s.
won. Unfortunately, traded away.
Again, you lose your blitz, you lose that spearhead, and you lose IQ with a Valkyrie on the board.
3v3.
You don't know how much info Spotify Rebellion could possibly have. And amongst those trades, that phantom presence from the mirror, you saw Stompn very nervous about working his way in because of that window. Like you said, with everyone falling
Laura
back,
and
he doesn't have to
Stompn
worry
are
about it
alive.
anymore. Chase likely soon to be recovered by the attack, and even though it's a 3-on-3, even though 4 players are dead, we still got half the round to go. So G2 still with plenty of time to try and reposition, figure out how they want to take this. First things first, denying this mirror window as it looks like they're trying to take the case through filter.
What?
Moira so tantalizingly close to getting a drone hole pick there. Just needed to creep a little bit further and perhaps could have found some free damage. Ambi, wounded from battles earlier in this round at this stage. 60 seconds and a little bit of change remain. Stompn on that
God
could have an
knows.
impact later on. Of course, Ambi, those Valkyrie cameras.
Oh God. Oh God.
Ironed out by this operator.
Stompn, he's flanking
taking his
you.
time,
No.
Aware of the pressure is going to be, but these deep angles like this map presents is going to make things so difficult. Grenade goes out, denies that Banshee as Rexin finds one. The Blaz, an untraded pick, and G2 might be on borrowed time, but 40 seconds. Loira and Stompn, the last 2 standing.
Zach, you gotta win this
He
one.
checks corners.
Stompn.
He checks corners.
Down the blue
They don't
stairs
know,
as
though.
Loira is still playing deep in Toxin. Both attackers on opposite sides of this basement. No tradability
Yep, Zach.
whatsoever. Maybe trying to link up on left.
He barely
But
missed.
Surf prone in the corner, gets one,
You
traded
see?
back
You
by
see how he
Loira.
knew though?
A winnable 1v2
Yeah.
if he can isolate these players.
Like, oh, I'm
Might
not
take a
checking
long
that.
time. Here
Oh my
comes
God.
Oh my God.
Crossfire, he downs
Oh my God,
one.
Ryan.
Rexin is just around the corner. Laura's got to whip out the revolver, and the
Laura!
one tap is good!
Laura!
With a massive
You are the
lead.
king!
Absolutely insane from Loira. Out of his seat, action around the look.
Oh my God, he is nasty.
And G2 steal it. And you can feel the tension there.
What did he just
Up in
say
their
to them?
faces.
Laura is
And
nasty,
Nicholas
on
often
God.
G2 are.
Nah, Loira is crazy, dog.
Can they capitalize on that momentum? Often teams find a way to
Yo, the fact that Zach knew to check the corner, he just barely missed the head.
mechanics and individual and the game read here with those
Baited him, revolver,
and
one-
finds it. And you can just see
one
the passion
tap
from
to the
this
head.
team as they dive in. This is how much
What did he
it
say to the
means.
crowd? Hey,
I got a
motherfucker.
feeling that everything
He's not talking. There's no crowd. On the other side is the other team. You're playing against the other team, literally in front of each other's faces.
He just saw, I can't either with that revolver and with that horrible skin too. I don't know how he sees anything. Landing the headshot on Rexin. And you also have to question
Hey,
the
Laura's
crossfire
different,
and
Laura,
the
you
timing
are
and
the
communication
king.
From Ambi and Rexin. They have the perfect
Holy
crossfire,
shit.
But the Twitch pre-fires through. Maybe they get a little bit nervous because the Goyo.
Hey,
by the way,
but
that
Ambi
by the way, that
overswings,
guy
and
said
Rexin is
I could go
still
pro.
trying to rotate.
And Gale,
Just saying.
and Sky, who overswung in the 1v2 with 10 seconds left? Who did it? The squirrel.
I didn't watch.
The squirrel.
themselves.
You know, I love Ambi, but he overswings.
there was a timeout called in the midst of this.
bro.
Now I'm
Hey,
unsure of
listen,
the
bro.
source of it. And
G2
it
house on
was from
G2. If I
G2 to
lose,
call
I'm
a
getting
timeout
off.
after a
I'm
clutch
scared.
round like that. That's the mental.
Come
of
on,
this
Zach.
game at
Let's
times. The game
fucking go.
Just letting Shopify Rebellion stew in that and take the pace out of the game. But G2 back and ready to go. for
They're
this one.
locked, bro.
Coach
Come
Mark
on.
We're up. Are we up now?
We're up 5-4.
I think
I told you,
momentum will
we
be a
are
massive factor now.
the
It's
best
G2, they're
attacking,
gonna be
or
riding high after that.
G2, not we.
Getting the lead
G2
back,
is the
too.
best
It's not
attacking
just you
team.
tied the game. It's not
No,
just
we-
another round. You're
no,
up
we-
5-4.
we-
One more, and you have match point. You are one round away.
What do
from
you mean,
$40,000.
Furious down?
Or sorry, no, the other one. You're one round away from 75. Both of these teams already have 40 by winning their first game. So now the pressure's on for Spotify
What?
Rebellion, but
Furious
this is the
down
perfect
0-3
swing
to
round for them
Oxygen.
because we're going back to master. We're
Why
going
are you
back to
laughing?
the
You're,
primary
hey,
bomb
chalk
site
your
again.
parlays.
They had won that
Bro,
retake
what?
nearly flawlessly, but G2
It's
are
all
giving
good.
them
Hey,
a
you know what
very
Furia does.
different
Hey,
look.
we know what Furia
Instead
does.
of
I ain't gonna
being
lie.
Yo,
Blaz with the Nook,
Laura,
they're just gonna
I'm
rock
still like,
2
Laura's
shields
nasty.
And get in Shopify's face.
Certified,
And the
bro.
way
Hey,
they
he's
flash
certified.
as well. Shopify in that ban stage.
Stompn clutched one round. Laura clutched one
So
round.
not having that rock of the defense, not having that CCE shield, just to have that control and the pressure the operator provides. And G2 have been oh so good at just making the most out of their shield play, especially on Alamau in that previous outing. I have a feeling he'll be a
probably
very
looks so
important focal
fun.
point of this round yet again.
Go, bro.
G2's drone economy looking great at this stage. Well, only 2
Chat, 10K
losses.
viewers. Hey, shout out fucking
Now they
Stompn,
get
bro. We're all here for Stompn.
Blackbeard knocks the door. That's going to be Blaz. And you will not want to be the member of Shopify Rebellion dealing with that one bearing down. Of course, playing close with that shotgun. Doki caught out early. An aggressive run out from
Hey, as long as Doki's
huge
not
play.
dead,
And
I don't give a
damage
fuck.
done now is a massive investment.
Doki may be
Yeah,
1
he's kinda bait
HP.
now.
Just use your Twitch drones, get some util gone. I don't give a fuck.
Just
One
bait.
or 2
Bait,
shots
yep.
and Doki is dead.
Stop it. Come on, swap. Come on, stop.
You hear people saying a one-shot headshot game, HP doesn't
Almost
really
in,
matter, but it can
almost in.
change how you
Oh
play.
my-
And the blitz trying to make space gets caught in a
Yes,
crossfire.
Blaz.
Blaz at the very
Nice.
least is good for a trade. We end up at even.
Even numbers.
G2 have taken quite a bit of
I'm not gonna lie,
space.
Rex is
They're
a demon on
already
his quick peeks,
just
bro. We
on the
gotta-
I don't give a
cusp
fuck.
of
You know who
survival.
Zach?
Or rather,
Zachary
Storage.
Lamb is.
Droning through, confirming
Oh,
these
Tim.
positions. as
Oh my
Laura
God, it's
goes
Zach.
to work downstairs. Doki
Nice,
gives
Doki.
G2 the advantage as Surf dies below.
It's all good, Laura. You're good, bro. We
his
got walls.
spot,
You're good.
6'4".
making
Oh my
sure
God.
that it's not
He's wall
isolated
hacks.
as he's staring up at the ceiling, making this defense uncomfortable. And G2
He made a
with
move to
still
come
a shield,
upstairs.
with still smokes from that
They
twitch.
know he has health. He has to swing.
And now with Blaz carrying the
Come on.
case, looking to push through.
Loira, just start
Shopify
swinging him,
Rebellion
Loira.
don't have any indirect plant denial left either.
I think Doki has to
Doki
play.
lurk.
They find themselves.
Doki
at the
lurk.
bottom of a
The guy on the
very-
left is
There's
gonna
a
run.
Leisure Mine on the window.
You mentioned without
No,
the Canadian
BP.
hands, the Canadian,
I don't think
this
it saw
could
him,
be a
Sky.
Very difficult task indeed. Spoit has been.
Sky, I don't think it saw him.
Doki and Blaz
Are you
not
sure?
well
I don't know if anybody was on it.
damage done to
He's gonna
Laura.
move.
HG goes out. Finds some damage on the Ambi. Intention likely
No.
to buy some space.
Buck,
Protoss
no!
make this
Ambi's
move.
like,
Advance
crackhead.
forward side of Blackbeard. Ambi does get Loira and brings us back to level playing
Fuck.
field. What direction finds
Said it,
himself
bro.
one more, meaning G2
Yeah,
on the
Ambi's
back
different,
foot. The
bro.
3
Ambi
versus
will-
2.
He's a
All
crackhead.
is
He's
good.
gonna hit his shots.
All
He's the
in
best,
chat
one of
as
the best
well.
aims of all time.
Salt in the wound.
Nah, deadass.
And G2 need to find a solution to this problem right here, right
Hold on.
now.
Who's alive, though,
20
Ryan?
seconds, a full HP Stompn. Diffuser in hand, needs to win his ones. Walking into a
See how he, like,
nasty
knows?
crossfire. He takes some damage to his shoulder. And the time, the music.
You see how he
there.
knows?
Stompn doesn't win his one just yet.
Oh.
Only downing Rexin. Spoit and Ambi, so Stompn.
No.
Spoit finds one.
Fucking
All down to
Spoit.
Doki. Wounded early. Ambi shuts
Whatever.
it down. And
They
Shopify
sold. That was a
Rebellion
bad
still
sell. That
in
was a
this
sell.
fight.
Well, it wasn't a
Johnny
sell,
Knox
but
is the big
4v3.
player.
And
Laura, if
most
Laura would have
importantly,
gotten that
Yeah,
kill,
Laura
it would've
had to
been
kill
good.
Same
Ambi.
mistake
Laura
they
had
made
to
in the
kill
round
Ambi through the
prior,
vert.
holding the
He died through his own vert.
piece from the Malusi
If he would have
short,
played vert
but
while the nade
no
was going
one else
off, he
was
had a free kill.
swinging.
He
This
soloed it.
was the I can't think of the
Wow.
word.
Right,
It's
I
Boy
think
owns
he's thinking
Stompn.
so.
Stompn
This is
was
the
like
discipline
1
we
HP.
saw in the first game up against Weibo. It's now coming back when they needed it most, and the most important.
Blitz dive
thing
around,
was
yes.
Alamau
But the thing
taken
is,
out first.
They took
Then
hella ground off that blitz dying and got a refrag.
can't just lose your blitz for nothing, and Shopify keep
He didn't
Oh
lose.
my god, it's
crucial
4-0.
kill. There's
Oh my god, it's
nothing
4-0.
scarier
Oxygen's
No,
up
no,
4-0 on Furia, the best team in the world.
No,
someone actively swinging.
I'm saying a
We
pinch real
try
quick,
to
chat.
ADS, and we see what just happened. Blaz
Nope.
gets his head taken off, and now we're at a tie game once again. But now it's a little bit scary for Shopify again because we have to go to the middle site.
And this site has been a very difficult one to get your
hey.
consistent results on. A massive repick for the side of G2. Doki donning the fuse yet again. Stomping back on the
Cinema.
Eastern Alamar.
Cinema.
Deciding he doesn't want the blitz
Thank
this time
God.
around. The
Listen,
previous
chat,
outing
thank God I'm
didn't
not a
work out in his
dumbass.
favor. So he's going to swap things
And
around.
I,
Now
you know,
Doki
I did.
will
I was
likely
responsible.
repick onto the shield.
See,
And Surf
see,
bringing
shout
out
out.
the
All I gotta
silence
say,
this
bro.
time. Now, to
Wait, let me see something
this
real quick.
screams realizing that G2 will likely
Let me look
wanna
at
plant
baseball
with
real quick,
those
chat.
smoke
Hold up.
grenades
Hey,
and
shout
go
out
in all
baseball.
position. With that solar scanner means you're going to be able to prevent that having a huge impact. So likely the intention and the vision behind that pick from Shopify.
It also, as
What are you doing?
Doki
Doki!
just innocently tries to shoot
What are
a
you doing?
swung by Spoit, and once again, your shield player's dead.
What the absolute
I think is
fuck?
also Shopify Rebellion saying, okay, what happened when we turned too many eyes to the top floor and then too many eyes to the site this way?
No, I don't think it's a
Everybody
BO3.
can
It's
watch
not.
the
It's
top
not.
floor,
It's a
and you
BO1.
only need Surf to try and stop that plant, which might
I'm
come
not like
very
they're
soon
not good with
despite
planning,
losing that
bro.
fuse. Alamau opening this wall already, looking for a pick. Fishing for a kill, not finding anything just yet. Might have an opportunity if Ambi overexposes himself. There's a rotate for him to play around 2, but again, scared of the vert, he's forced to back out.
Fuse died shooting a default camera.
He's been able to find himself in this position several times, and the DMR of Loira has huge damage on
Ambi's 1 HP.
Lucky to stay alive in this Ambi. A huge individual performance, 11 and 7 so far. Deep here in round 11, minute 30 left to work with. G2 one player down, and Alamau just looking for another reposition, trying to find himself some avenue of success. And Shopify Rebellion showing that discipline, showing that patience, not extending and not allowing these cutoffs, and all of them being held by G2 at this point that have that dividends. And they'll be patient, they'll wait as every second drains away. It makes this so much harder for our EML champions.
I think G2 without that shield player now want to try and clear top floor, but do they have the time as they lose Alamau for the price of Ambi? And Loira takes down Spoit, trying to come downstairs. Now we're back to even, but still the massive problem of Surf remains upstairs. Canadian and Rex.
This is bad. I'm not gonna. I don't like the setup.
Cover him as Surf stares at the floor, stares at
They're
the
not
site,
gonna be able to plant.
waiting to pop that
They are
scanner
not
and
going
find
to be able to
Loira, but no
plant.
matter what projectors
tough,
he has,
bro.
he cannot hide from that Solus scanner, and he knows it.
They've seen this.
It's walk down gang. It's walk down gang.
Now become the most important player on this server. They're going to send out that Sens wall, but unfortunately, that's not going to do a lot when you have a Solus upstairs. But perhaps this is a bait and switch to try and draw a reaction from Shopify, but it will only find Rex in one pick on the Stompn. Blaz and Loy, the last two standing, and they have to do everything to clear this top.
Oh my god.
But no! Blaz can't give one. Lawyer finds himself a third for this one. Bring it back level playing for Canadian. And Surf find a way.
He whiffed?
And Shopify
He whiffed?
get themselves to match point here on Lair.
I wonder if the nerves are hitting. There were just too many
He
people
whiffed?
for him to shoot at with that DMR, and in trying to
He
hit
whiffed?
2 targets at once, he loses both, allows his teammates
Bro.
to and now Shopify Rebellion once again.
was that?
It was
swing
Blaz.
back
Blaz
the
has been
lead.
playing bad
And
all
not only is it
day.
the lead, but it is an
That's how we're getting
incredibly
first
important
pick?
lead because all the pressure is now on G2.
This is a huge advantage to hold, not just in scoreline, but the mentality. It becomes a completely different game.
Hey, all I gotta
G2
say
need
is
to break the serve. They have to
Ryan called a
overtime and
7-7
drag
match
this
point game.
beyond
It feels like a
regulation.
7-7.
All of this is for
It
Spot to
feels
continue
like
their
G2
journey
is about to
in
be
the
like,
upper bracket.
all right,
no one wants
motherfucker.
to be down in that lower bracket.
Hey,
This is
Stompn's
getting
about
be
to
a
come
very
out right now.
popular
The best games
teams
always go
at this
7-7.
stage.
Always.
So round number
100%.
12, the end of regulation.
Stompn's
and down to
5-9.
laps we
He's
go.
about to end
Can Shopify Rebellion get the job
8-9
done? Does
this round. He
G2
ain't going
have
bad, bro. Watch
one
this.
last
5-0
dive in
oxygen.
the
I'm
tank?
cooked.
Down to Labs, where similarly to the first
Hey,
half,
all good, G,
Shopify
you know?
attack
Okay, come on.
Labs. It comes down
7-7.
to a round they
Go overtime, let's
really
go.
should have won, they don't, but then they win the second
Big
attempt.
round.
Same thing on this half. They're defending Labs. They lose a 1v3 that they really shouldn't have. Now they get to retry. Is Lightning going to strike twice? They did it in the first half. Can they do it again? They're playing a pretty similar
Mojo with the
comp.
5. Thank you so much,
The main
Mojo.
difference here from round 9, dropping the Azami in the favor of the Goyo. So a little less hard defense, more delay.
Those Goyo counters can be so impactful in the late stage. The lack of a Twitch getting brought out from G2 as well means there's no
Good
way
util.
to clear that with relative safety, guaranteeing almost that Shopify will find some value with those in the mid to late stage. Already hearing one burn away as we jump on board with Alamau. He's just trying to get himself in, and all the G2 posturing themselves inside of Warehouse. Again, the lack of hard breach or lack of vertical potential from this team means they have to somewhat go direct, and relying on players like Stompn and Blaz upstairs to act on that cutoff position.
They've got that missile wall open now where it looks like they'll want to mount their attack with lockers as well. Going almost full horizontal. The only player on the first floor is Stompn.
Come on, Zach.
Holding green stairs right now.
Come on, Zach.
just lurking around, as we know G2 love to do. Trying to fish for a pick. Maybe going for a call and trying to catch a distracted defender. He might have a couple of targets in Spoit. Or sorry, the one target in Spoit. He's the last man standing up here. Blaz also just outside as we start to hear utility going off on the site.
Those Candelas in the hand of Alamau, just trying to buy some space. Maybe, again, just trying to draw a reaction from Shopify at this stage. And that's the reaction they would have wanted. Ambi, Rexen finding one apiece, but Alamau decides it's time to dive in. Pistol in hand, finding one, can't make it two. Serve shuts it down, but Blaz is good for the trade.
Please, Blaz.
Blink of an eye, we find ourselves in a 2 versus 2. A simple tag team brawl to wrap up this map or send us to overtime. Stompn
Bad timing!
of damage, and Spoit regroups upstairs. Shotgun the work with, and the information seems solid. He can try and cause all the problems and deny that potential plants from upstairs.
And
not
again,
like
you
this.
said, he's got those pings, but do they have info in the other site too? Spoit is still upstairs. If Canadian dies here, this could be massive as he swings in, but Stompn's not looking. Turns around, knows where Blaz is as well. He gets the trade.
I will.
3 kills for the Flores, but again, Spoit is upstairs and Blaz is walking right back into the information. Spoit's got some vert.
I will suck
like
your dick.
Open too. He's rotating towards security. The plant is going down. Blaz will complete it.
Blaz.
Now he's in the perfect position.
Blaz.
To bring us
I will suck
time.
your shmee.
The only disadvantage he has is the HP, which again,
Bomb is down.
Blaz is not going to be
Ryan.
nearly as aggressive.
Sky.
He knows one shot from
Oh my
Spoit,
fucking God.
and incredibly mechanical.
I can't watch.
Will take him down.
Can't watch either, bro.
And lose his team the map. But Spoit, you can tell with the way he's playing, he's got no info. Blaz has backed off just far enough that Spoit will have to commit so much time to find
Why?
him, and he gets him. Spoit
Why
is
not
the
run
savior.
away?
The Americans are 75.
Wait, why not run away?
They'll be hungry for more.
Spoit steps up tall, and his team needs him in a 1 versus 1.
Why not run away?
Packing to the lower bracket, and Shopify a shaky first game, but nerves completely gone here as they topple the giants from Europe, and another head taken from Canadian. And you see
15
the
seconds.
on the face of G2.
I'm sorry, but like I have to say this. 15 seconds left. It takes 7 seconds to defuse. Why not just try to like at least try to like hide, you know?
Being brought. G2 trying to speed things up with those shields. Shopify.
Spoit had no idea where he was.
Enough on that middle floor and applying that vertical pressure, really putting all their stock in info. And like we were talking about with Manic just before this game started, Shopify, this is going to be their first real test.
Blaming Blaz when Stompn died. Stompn got shot in his back in a 2v2. They didn't know.